From his first day on the job, he was the Gunners' head coach. Let's pick a random moment in time, February 2025. Only 6 Premier League bosses actually held the official title of manager rather than head coach. Man City's Pep Guardiola, David Moyes of Everton, Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna, Southampton's Ivan Juric, Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace and Leicester's Ruud van Nistelrooy were the only actual managers of their respective teams. Everyone else? That's right, head coach, including Ruben Amorim at Man United. He took over from Erik ten Hag, a man who had held the title of manager. Might come as a surprise that Amorim's appointment marked the first time ever that Man United had a head coach instead of a manager. But to understand why they made that decision, you also have to get what the difference is between a head coach and a manager. A manager's got a huge range of responsibilities. They're not just in charge of training and player lineups, they're also heavily involved in player sales and transfers. Critical stuff. But a head coach's role is far more focused on team training and performance on the pitch. So whereas Ten Hag was highly involved with decisions around transfers during his tenure, the intention was that Amorim wouldn't be, at least not on the same level. And as the sporting structure at Man United changed under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, people like Sir Dave Brailsford took charge of transfers instead. How all those roles play out in practice may be slightly different at different clubs though. On the other hand, the contracts of actual managers like Pep or Moyes had no limits on their job role and their involvement with transfers and contracts. But those guys are actually in the minority now, and it's a change that's happened pretty quickly. In 2019, there were only 6 head coaches in the Premier League, but by 2025 there were 14. A clear indication that more and more clubs are moving towards a model where the guy in charge is actually only really in charge on the pitch. And the way things are going, it might not be long before all 20 clubs have got head coaches, and the job position of football manager in the top flight is no more.
Good morning, I'm Katie Shanahan and this is Early Sports Breakfast. Good to have your company this morning. Arsenal beat Chelsea 1-0 at the Emirates. I was there at the game and it was awesome seeing Arsenal win. 2001 Ballon d'Or winner Michael Owen. What a lineup we've got on breakfast today. But over the next hour, Nick, what's coming up?
Morning, Katie. We'll start at the Emirates, where Arsenal can smell the silverware. We'll talk about whether partners should get involved in players' careers. We'll hear from Martin O'Neill on whether he wants the Celtic job full-time. And we're asking, what's the best thing you've missed on a football pitch by leaving early? Get involved on the usual number 03717 223344 or WhatsApp text 81089.
OK, let's get into it. OK, so yes, I went to the game last night.
What's the best thing you've missed by leaving early? Is it Kai Havertz's...
So I missed the goal. So basically, I was like, I'm going to go to the game, but because I'm up at 3, I'm going to need to leave early. But I left at 90 minutes. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to... And the thing is, I got to bed by 10:30, so I got a good amount of sleep. But at the same time, so we left, and everyone was like charging towards the station. And then we were all, me and actually loads of Arsenal fans were huddled around a phone just to see. Everyone was so tense because what I didn't want to happen, Chelsea scored, then it goes to penalties, and then you miss a penalty shootout. So yes, I missed the Kai Havertz goal, which I was absolutely gutted about. But Arsenal were already through at the point that I left. But yeah, very, very gutted. But at the same time, shared quite a nice moment with lots of Arsenal fans on the train.
I'm sure a lot of people out there will have some similar stories. Much worse, I imagine, as well.
Yes, exactly. Right, so is this Arsenal's year? It certainly was their night in North London. Mikel Arteta's men are through to their first final in 6 years. Here's how it sounded last night on talkSPORT.
Tonight, it's Chelsea trying to do what not many have managed this season, stop the Arsenal. 3-2 to the Gunners from the first leg.
Brought down by Trossard. Fall from him to Rice. Rice knocks it square through the midfield. Kai Havertz to win it on the night, round the keeper, side puts it in. Arsenal are at Wembley.
Arsenal's resilience is on show tonight. It's why they don't get beat.
It is Arsenal's night. They've won by a goal to nil with almost the last kick of the game. A goalless draw would have done them, and it looked as though that was what was going to happen. They haven't won a major competition for 6 seasons, but they're 90 minutes away from breaking that duck in a final as they still, in early February, chase the quadruple.
Yes, it was a good night for Arsenal last night. It wasn't a spectacle in terms of up to 97 minutes, a cagey affair. But it was great to be in and amongst it, singing North London Forever. I was sat on one of the lower tiers, scarves out, belting it out. Just nice to be there as a fan and not working a game for a change. Enjoyed this chant last night, sang by a lot of fans around me. Declan Rice, we got him at half price. Declan Rice, we got him half price, being belted out all around me, and he was the one that broke away to set up Kai Havertz to get his goal. Really pleased for Kai Havertz. He's on a number of the back pages this morning, on the back page of The Sun, with Have It, as Kai has final word for Gunners to clean shit late on against Chelsea. Arsenal said, Arteta said after the game, this is the boost they need for a title run-in, as they've beaten Chelsea to reach next month's final, where they will face either Man City or Newcastle. That game, 8 o'clock kickoff, which you can listen to on talkSPORT tonight. And Mikel Arteta was impressed with how his side handled Chelsea.
Well, when we prepared the game, we knew that we're going to have to play a lot of mini games within the game. From the beginning, they could change it, even with the profile of players that they could have on the pitch. So we adjusted at halftime. We were ready, because probably in relation to the context of the match, they could change it again. And the last 30 minutes is going to be all or nothing. And we had to cope with that. I think mentally we were really strong. And I think overall, the 2 legs, I think we deserve to win the final.
Yeah, I think they were the better team over the 2 legs. Interesting to see what Chelsea were doing at set pieces. Shay Given actually said on the weekend that he wants to see a team do something different against Arsenal. Well, Chelsea certainly tried to disrupt their set pieces. They didn't score from a set piece, even though every time we were singing, we've got another set piece. But yeah, it was Kai Havertz that actually scored from open play. Shay Given here saying, take nothing away from Arsenal, but I see the same set piece every week. Arsenal players loaded at the back and causing carnage. Every setup is the same. If someone can try something different to stop this brilliant form of attack, let's see if that happens in terms of defending in the box. They just tried to disrupt Arsenal, and it certainly worked as well. Rosenior brought on Estevao and Cole Palmer just to try and break the deadlock, but when they set up with a back 5 with 2 holding midfielders, you feel as though it was quite a defensive approach from Chelsea. But after 6 years and 4 failed semi-finals, Arsenal are through to a major final. It'll actually be their first under Mikel Arteta since winning the FA Cup back in 2020, and just their second final since his time at the club, which seems mad, but hopefully one of a few this season. As for Liam Rosenior, he's defended his tactics, saying if you lose games, you're criticised. If you win, you're a genius. It's normally somewhere in between. Well, on Sports Bar last night, talkSPORT's former Chelsea man, Jason Cundy, discussed Rosenior's defensive approach.
After the first leg, that couldn't happen again, by the way, because Arsenal should have won that game at least by 2 or 3. And he's like, I can't have this happen again. And you could see, when you go 3 at the back, you know what he's doing, right? And at half-time, the problem we've got, the payoff has got to be, when you bring on the subs, have an impact. And unfortunately, we couldn't lay a glove on them, mate. And Winge and Cringe, they're good at the minute. You can't argue with Winge and Cringe. They do it well. They're the best side of the country. They're the best side in Europe at the moment, even though they've never won the European Cup or the Champions League.
Yeah, so what do you think about Chelsea's defensive approach? I mean, over the 2 legs, I was interested hearing an interview from Liam Rosenior saying, potentially there was regret from the first leg, but they did have illness in the camp from the first leg. But Arsenal winning at 1-0 on the night. They will face either Man City or Newcastle in the final on Sunday, the 22nd of March. So Arsenal fans, get your diaries out for that one. You can listen to Man City Newcastle, their semi-final second leg on talkSPORT tonight. As for the Championship, Blackburn Rovers are out of the Championship's bottom 3. They won their first game following Valerian Ismail's sacking. They 1-0 at home to rock-bottom Sheffield Wednesday. Ian Cashin scoring his first Blackburn goal. Chris Wilder's Sheffield United moves 7 points clear of safety. Their 3-1 victory over Oxford United. As for third place Hull City, they missed the chance to close the gap on the top 2. The Tigers drew 0-0 with playoff chasing Watford. Watford are also looking for a new boss. Caretaker Charlie Daniels has told talkSPORT he's up for it.
This is what I want to do. You know, this is my where I want to be. So for me, I really enjoyed it. I thought the players were excellent. As I say it again, I thought not only the starting 11 but the subs. You know, we was all together. Their encouragement, everyone to come on the pitch made a difference. And I say it was the only thing missing really was a goal.
Yeah, so Ipswich's match elsewhere in the EFL, Ipswich's match at Portsmouth was postponed again, this time for a waterlogged pitch. Ipswich going well so far this season. They're 4th in the table, chasing down those automatic promotion spots just behind Hull City, Middlesbrough and Coventry still leading the way. Middlesbrough and Coventry level on points with 58. As for Portsmouth, the other end of the table, they are a point off safety, and with a waterlogged pitch, they really need to get that game happening. As for the Scottish Premiership, Will Hart's disciplinary record cost them the title. Both Celtic and Rangers can cut the gap to the Premiership leaders, Hearts, to just 3 points tonight. Hearts missed the chance to go 9 points clear with a 1-0 loss at St Mirren. Captain Craig Halkett was sent off. It's Hearts' third sending off now in 5 games. And Hearts boss Derek McInnes spoke to Sky Sports News about it.
Ultimately, you want, when you get down to 10 men, if you're not losing the game, I think you've got to try and still have your spare man in the middle of the goal, and we still tried to work towards that up till the end there, and I think that's where you can maybe still defend crosses, give up certain areas, and I thought we did it fine. Again, we looked comfortable. I mean, it's horrible to say it, but we're kind of getting used to it, and it's something that we need to address, because you can't keep putting the game at risk by losing a man.
Okay, so for today's text topic, we are asking you, after I left the game early last night, Arsenal against Chelsea, I did leave at 90 minutes, but it did mean that I missed Kai Havertz's goal. So we are asking you this morning, what's the biggest thing you've missed on a football pitch by leaving early to beat the traffic? You can text me 81089 or 03717 2233 44. I've just been speaking to Steve Denyer on Virgin, and he said that he missed the end. He was basically at Coachella, and he missed when Madonna and Drake came on together because he decided to go back to the campsite. So what is the biggest thing that you've missed, whether it's in a football game, you've left early to beat the traffic, or whether you just decided to go back and have a bit more of a kip at a festival? Let me know, 81089, or you can give me a call, 03717 223344, to make me feel a little bit better this morning after missing Kai Havertz's goal. This is Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Katie Shanahan, this morning. Keep those texts coming in. This is from Craig in Windsor, loyal listener. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, Katie. One happy gooner this morning. We're going to Wembley, and I'm absolutely buzzing. Same here. Even sweeter that Kai scored the goal. Don't mind who we get in the final. Very confident we'll finally win the League Cup again since 1993. Up the Gunners. That is from Craig in Windsor. Keep those texts coming in. This is Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Katie Shanahan, this morning. The time is 5:14. And up next, we're going to be hearing from Martin O'Neill on whether he wants the Celtic job full-time. Good morning.
back in 2024, when asked if Tottenham had fallen behind their top 6 rivals, Romero told Telemundo Deportes, maybe he thought that we wouldn't get to hear it, but we did hear it. He says, the truth is, Manchester City competes every year. You see how Liverpool strengthens its squad, Chelsea strengthened their squad. And then I think he puts himself in the situation in Tottenham. Those are the things to imitate. You have to realise that something's going wrong. Hopefully they realise it. Well, he's talking about the hierarchy, isn't he, Simon?
Well, he's comparing Tottenham to legacy football clubs and football clubs that are owned by nation states. So there's no real comparison there. But he wanting to make a point. There's nothing wrong with what he said there. It's whether he should say these sort of things. He said it more recently when he bottled the perspective of flapping his gums about people telling lies and then withdrew that particular statement. Say something, stick with it. It makes life difficult for Thomas Frank because people above him are going to say, do you have control over your players?
Yeah.
Not so much what the players think of the manager, but the manager, what the people above Thomas Frank think of his control over the players.
Yeah.
And
Do you think he does?
Well, I think this guy's uncontrollable.
Good morning. Good to have your company. Katie Shanahan this morning. This is Early Sports Breakfast. Huge win for Arsenal last night. I'm sure lots of happy Arsenal fans like Craig in Windsor enjoying that we are through to the first final in 6 years, which is mad. Could be a decisive moment in their hunt for trophies. We are building up to the talkSPORT Breakfast Show, which is coming up at 6 a.m. Alan Brazil is back. You'll be pleased to hear. Great to know that he is back. Can't wait to see him. And, of course, the Rangers icon, Ali McCoist, will be here from 6 a.m. They'll also be joined on the show by 8-time Major Trophy and 2001 Ballon d'Or winner, Michael Owen. What a lineup we've got. Got plenty of other guests coming up on breakfast as well. And I'm sure Bourbons will need to be rationed today. Here are some of the headlines you're waking up to this morning. It was off on transfer of the window, but N'Golo Kante has now joined Fenerbahce in Turkey. Kante didn't train with Al Ittihad as he attempted to force the move, which was initially blocked by Saudi Pro League officials. Pep Guardiola says he's hurt by images of people who have died in conflicts in Gaza, Ukraine and Sudan. Man City's manager told reporters he'd stand up against those defending violence. And Martin O'Neill says he's probably doesn't want the Celtic job full-time. He's back in interim charge for the second time after Wilfred Nancy's sacking. White and Jordan pressed Martin on whether he'd carry on next season.
Do you want an answer now?
Yeah,
probably
I do.
not.
Yeah, I do. Because I know you would.
Right. Yeah, probably not.
You don't want it.
Are you serious, Martin? But probably not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it full-time.
Yeah, but listen, lads, you two are young men. There's a difference. You know, you're young men, you're vibrant.
He's not young.
No, he is. But listen, everyone's young comparison to me. So, and I do not. Listen, lads, seriously. It's the first time. I think I spoke to my wife there recently. She said, "The first time you've worked in your life."
Well, there we go. Let's see if he does take the job full time later on. Now, we've been asking you. Celtic go to Aberdeen tonight. A win would take them to within 3 points of leaders' hearts. And, of course, for more on the day's biggest stories, you can go to talksport.com. And a friendly reminder that you can also watch us across your smart TVs, Samsung, LG, Fire TV, Apple, Chromecast, Android, Google TV and Prime Video too. TalkSPORT is there. So come and say hello and watch all the action. We are also asking you this morning, because I left 90 minutes of the Arsenal game at the Emirates last night, so I missed Kai Havertz's goal. We're asking you, what's the best thing or biggest thing you've missed by leaving something early? We've had the text here from Richard from Cumbria. Good morning, Richard. I miss Manchester United, their comeback against Lyon in last season's Europa League quarter-final. What a game that was. Oh, my word. Absolute head loss after Lyon took the lead when they were down to 10 men and walked out. I mean, we've all done it. I did it last night. And also that game, what a crazy game that was. It ended up finishing 5-4. What a crazy game. But yes, I feel your pain there, Richard. Keep those texts coming in. We've also had a message here from Russell. Hello, Katie. A big hello from Rio de Janeiro. Oh, I would love to be in Rio de Janeiro right now. Some winter sun would be fabulous. Listening to talkSPORT. Coming home on Friday after 1 month here in Brazil. Great show. Shame about the Chelsea result last night. Russell Chertsey. Thanks so much for your message, Russell. Sorry about the Chelsea result last night, but as an Arsenal fan, I'm pleased to see us through to the final. Oh gosh, yeah, I'd love to be in Brazil right now. But time for a bit of this. This is our quiz. 5 at 5. Already very dramatic music for our top 5 at 5.
It's not called top 5 at 5.
No, what are we calling this?
Well, today's is actually a 7.
Oh, right.
So it doesn't even fit with the theme.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, we can do what we want.
7, okay.
We do what we want. I want to know, actually, to be honest, yeah, it is a 7. I want to know what are the other 7 sponsors of the League Cup before Carabao?
Oh, my word, Nick. Carling? Oh, no,
That's correct.
Oh, that is correct.
Carling from 2003 to 2012.
Carlsberg?
Never the Carlsberg Cup. Similar to Carling.
No, that's wrong, isn't it? Yeah. Once you say it out loud, it definitely doesn't work.
But there is another beer.
There is another beer.
Yeah. And there are also...
Heineken.
2 more drinks. Not Heineken.
I've already... No, Carling. I've already said
You got Carling, yeah. You got Carling.
Budweiser?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Who knows? They might get involved.
7.
My favourite drink, actually.
Your favourite drink?
Yeah. Well, top 3 drinks for me.
Oh no, that's completely thrown me off.
I buy it in pints.
You buy it in pints?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the beers out there.
It's not alcoholic.
It's not alcoholic?
No.
Is it an energy drink?
Well,
I'm just thinking Lucozade. It's definitely not Lucozade.
It's got protein in it.
Capital One Cup?
What do babies drink?
Milk.
Yeah, that's right. Correct. No, that's correct. What are you talking about?
Milk.
The milk. Yeah. It was the League Cup when it started, and then it was sponsored by the Milk Marketing Board.
Oh, I see.
So it was the Milk Cup from 81 to 86.
So we've got so far.
Yeah. Carabao, obviously. That's a given. You got Carling.
So are we including Carabao in there? So technically, I've got 3.
Yeah, you can have that. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 8 in total.
Carabao, milk,
and Carling. So you got 3 drinks there. There's another drink.
Okay, what type of drink? And then I'm gonna open it up to the listeners. 81089. You might need to help me out here, guys.
A very unhealthy one, but for me, the League Cup will always be this. And for some reason, I really remember the 1996 one. I don't know. It's etched into my memory. Aston Villa beating Leeds 3-0. Andy Townsend played in that game. I think Dwight York got the winner. But the only advertising anywhere in Wembley was this drink. Probably the most popular drink in the world.
Oh, Coca-Cola.
That's correct.
Okay.
92 to 98 Coca-Cola Cup. So it was a milk cup, 81 to 86. Then you got two different sponsors in there. Coca-Cola 92 to 98. Another beer, Carling, and then another sponsor.
Okay, Craig in Windsor's gone Worthington.
Correct.
There we go.
98 to 2003.
Rumbelows?
Yes.
Well done.
To 92.
Capital One wasn't one.
Who said Rumbelows?
This is all Craig in Windsor. Worthington Mark, that was correct.
Craig's on fire. Capital One, yeah, 2012 to 2016.
So how many have we got so far now? Because also Mike said Capital One, Worthington, Rumbelows, Milk, Coca-Cola, Carling.
Oh, hello, Rumbelows, 90 to 92.
No, we just said that. And Rumbelows Cup, Ian, the Hull City fan, well done.
So you're just missing one now.
Oh, we've got 6 out of 7.
86
well done,
to
team.
90. You got Milk, you got Rumbelows, you got Coca-Cola, Worthington's, Carling, Capital One. Now it's Carabao. So we're missing one. Who was the sponsor between 86 and 90? We'll get.
Okay, I'm going to leave that to the listeners. Okay, 8, 10, 89. We've done pretty well so far. 6 out of 7. That was a little bit different. Thank you very much, Nick. I enjoyed that, and we'll our top 7 are nearly 7.
Things should be sponsored just by like milk. More stuff should.
Yeah,
just
milk.
Be
Oh my
milk.
gosh.
Love
Yeah,
milk.
no, I like that. So yeah, let me know if you know what that final sponsor is. 8, 10, 89. Yeah, I do. Yeah, but not loads of it.
I drink it straight out of a 4-pint.
Do
thing,
you?
Straight out.
Do you have it like with chocolate and stuff like that late in the evening?
Just neck a pint.
Oh right.
My wife doesn't
You're
drink
one of
it,
those.
so I'm allowed to drink out of the bottle.
Why are you eating it.
Straight from the fridge. Because it's 4 pints. It's a big one.
Yes. Okay. Back pages. Lots of photos of Kai Havertz. Have it on the back page. The Sun and pictures of Pep Guardiola as well. Where would you like to start?
Well, I think we got to start with Pep Guardiola and his remarkable press conference. I wonder whether it's funny, isn't it? So he's had a go at his rivals who say they have a bigger net spend, splashing out. This is on the back of the Mirror Sport. City boss attack on Moneybags clubs. Daily Express. Hey, big spenders. Pep tells rivals they now have to win all the trophies after splashing more cash than City. So this is people asking if, has Pep just won all those trophies because he's got the most money? Mark Gay and Antoine Semenyo taking City's spending in the last 12 months to £430 million. But over the last 5 years, I think City are the 5th or 6th highest net spenders. Man United, 675 million. Arsenal, 663, Chelsea 651, Tottenham 574, but they don't pay enough wages. That's why they can't win anything. Newcastle 424, Liverpool 420, Man City 396. So that's net spend. So Man City are obviously making a lot of money by selling players. So they'll argue, look, in terms of net, there are 5-6 clubs in the Premier League spending more than us. And Pep's saying, show me the trophies. Where are your trophies, guys? Mikel Arteta. Why has he not won anything yet?
Yet. Big word there. City always seem to do some really good transfer business. Yes, we can look at the January transfer window, bringing in Antoine Semenyo, by the way, really hit the ground running and just kind of slotted into that City side really well. And then you've got Mark Gay as well. But you think about the transfers, they actually seem to get them on a really good deal. Even like Erling Haaland came to Man City for 51 million.
That's amazing, isn't it?
What on earth?
You got Gay for 20.
They just seem to do good business. And I'm like, how on earth have they got that over the line? But also, if you're the player, you just want to go and play for Man City, don't you?
Well, they can attract, they can trump those other clubs and say, look, come here and win silverware and play with one of the greatest managers of all time. On the subject of Guardiola, he's also in this is what I'm thinking, right? Is Guardiola, has he decided to leave? Because it feels like he's a little bit more, he's just shackles off in his press conference. He's now spoken out against killings across the world. You mentioned it in your headlines, including in Sudan, where a paramilitary group backed by the UAE, who are Man City's owners, is embroiled in a civil war. The Gulf state denies this, but there is evidence compiled to suggest otherwise. And he's also spoken about Gaza as well and Ukraine. Never in the history of humanity have we had the info in front of our eyes more clearly than now. He's talking about all these images we're seeing of people and children especially dying, and he feels like he should speak up for it. We spoke yesterday about politics in sport. Do you think Pep Guardiola's right to come out and say this kind of stuff?
I think so, because he's a leader in sport and what he says does come with a lot of meaning, and also he's in a position where he's able to say his opinion. People can listen, but it's interesting that he said that's the first time in 10 years a journalist has asked him that. So maybe he felt like, oh, finally, and he's kind of been watching all of these horrendous scenes and felt as though he wanted to have his say on it. Like we were talking about yesterday, sport and politics do go hand in hand. You can't really separate them. And if, Pep Guardiola is one of the most famous people on the planet. He's a leader in sport. He's won so much. And, I think maybe he can have his say on this. If lots of other people can, why can't Pep Guardiola?
The best thing we can do is talk about it. And it's okay to disagree, right? Also, the IOC president, this is new president, Kirsty Coventry, has given a clearest signal yet that Russia could be back for the 2028 LA Games. Her comments are going to upset people in Ukraine, of course, but she says in a world that is increasingly divided, the principle matters more than ever. It is what allows the Olympic Games to remain a place of inspiration where the athletes of the world can come together and showcase the best of our humanity. And a lot of people watch sport to get away from hunger and famine and death and war and all this kind of stuff. But as you say, you can't really separate them. But looks like Russia could be back for the 2028 Olympics.
Before I let you go, I think we've got the final sponsor. I've just had about 1,000 messages through. It was the Littlewoods Cup.
Correct.
So well done to Kev the Milk Nuz. Morning, Katie. It's the Littlewoods Cup. That's from Jason. Thank you, Jason. Littlewoods Cup. That's from Matt the Trucker at the Stransom Services, from a very happy Derby fan. Thank you, Matt. Andy in Rugby, Littlewoods Cup. And finally, Kieran in Cambridge also said the Littlewoods Cup. So lots of people helping me out there. As we finally got our full 7.
Sorted.
Okay, thank you very much. I enjoyed that.
Pleasure.
Okay. Okay, that was a review of the morning's back pages with Nick Ellaby. I'm Katie Shanahan. You are listening to Early Sports Breakfast this morning. Thanks for all your lovely messages coming through. Glad you're enjoying the show. Up next, we're going to be having some fun with the front pages and discussing whether partners should speak publicly about a player's career. It's 5:30. Good morning.
And I want to start with asking who's the best player you ever played with and why?
Played with? It's difficult when you've got goalkeepers, defenders, midfield players. Patrick, and it's supposed to be quick, isn't it?
Well,
okay,
you're all right.
Okay, good. Patrick and Manu Petit, great midfielders.
You only picked one, though.
Robert Perez, Mark Overmars. There was so many. Freddie Lundberg, so many quality players. Dennis Bergkamp, Ian Wright, Thierry Henry.
So 20.
Yeah, but Dennis is Thierry, greatest goal scorer. He's got the lead for the Arsenal. But I think I'm going to say Dennis because he can make goals and score goals. It's big difference. He made most of Thierry's goals. So I would say the best player I've ever played with was Dennis.
That's a club one. What about internationally?
Teddy did that job for us, for England, and he was very underestimated. I think Teddy Sheringham, Alan Shearer was a fantastic centre-forward, bit of a throwback to the Haaland days where would have been Alan Shearer was a cup of tea for me. It was easy because he was like old school.
Just dismissed Haaland, Shearer,
exactly.
Useless, easy to defend.
The kind of ones that used to stay, but Peter Beardsley's and Gary Lineker's. He would sit on your shoulder. He's very quick and stuff. But Brian Robson, I'm going to say Brian Robson because he could make goals and score goals, but he was the heart.
We're told Jean-Philippe Mateta's failed move to Milan shouldn't affect his performances for Palace, as his eyes are firmly on a World Cup place with France. Charlie Austin went through something similar at Hull and told us how Mateta might be feeling.
When he comes back, he'll want to come back and hopefully just start playing, performing, because like I said, just because he's stayed at Palace, his still eyes are on that World Cup squad. Another deal that's off, N'Golo Kante is not going to Fenerbahce. Saudi Pro League officials didn't sign off it following Benzema's departure from Kante's club Al Ittihad to Al Hilal. Now, here's what Gabby Agbonlahor thinks the Spurs hierarchy should be saying to Christian Romero.
Leave transfers, leave what's happening with players coming into us. And like you says, why are you kicking up a fuss a couple of hours before the window closes? Why not 2 weeks ago?
Romero's called Spurs' lack of available players a disgrace on social media. Tonight's championship match between Portsmouth and Ipswich has been called off again, this time due to a waterlogged pitch. And without wishing to get lost down conspiracy cul-de-sac, Simon Jordan's wondering if Donald Trump has Infantino's ear over lifting a ban on Russia.
Is Trump using political influence, given the fact the World Cup's held in America, to start the dialogue that starts to reintegrate Russia back as part of the arsenal of conversations that he's going to have with Putin to settle this war and ultimately make himself a hero in that particular scenario? Yeah, possibly.
Gianni Infantino said the football ban on Russia hasn't worked as their invasion of Ukraine continues. Ukraine's foreign ministers called FIFA's president a moral degenerate. More on that at talkSPORT.com.
A very good morning. I'm Katie Shanahan. This is Early Sports Breakfast. Good to have your company this morning. Thanks so much for all of your lovely messages coming through. I'll read them out very shortly. We are building up to talkSPORT Breakfast, which is coming up with Alan Brazil. Can't wait to see him and Ali McCoy. They'll be here in 25 minutes' time. From 6 a.m. with a packed breakfast show. They've got a stellar lineup, so make sure you stay tuned to that this morning. Here are some of the headlines you're waking up to this Wednesday morning. Great Britain take on Norway in the mixed doubles curling as the Winter Olympics gets underway today. The opening ceremony for the Milan Cortina Games isn't until Friday, but curling starts today. There are 4 race meetings today. They go at Ludlow, Sedgefield, Kempton and Newcastle in the racing. And Surrey head coach and former talkSPORT presenter Gareth Batty says that England have every chance of winning this month's T20 World Cup in India. Harry Brookside have just wrapped up a series clean sweep in Sri Lanka. Batty says they just need to play their hand right at the tournament.
I think England have the best consistent group of 2020 players in the world right now, which there'll be a few people in India raising their eyebrows. But if you look at the numbers that back up our players, England just need to get the formula. And if they get the formula right, they certainly have all the ammunition in the world. Absolutely.
OK, so for more on the day's biggest stories, you can go to talksport.com. And whilst we're talking about cricket, it's competition time.
Win a trip to South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
OK, so how does winning a trip to South Africa next winter sound to you? Yes, we're giving away a trip for 2 at the 2027 New Year's Test in Cape Town. Cheering on England, you'll secure 2 places with the official Barmy Army, putting you in the heart of the atmosphere for every day of the match at one of the world's most iconic cricket grounds. Flights, hotel, tickets and spending money are all covered, which is amazing. The countdown is on though. You've only got until 4 p.m. this Friday to get your entry in. So listen up. Here's how you enter. So for the chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or you can call this number, 0343 418 7260. That's 0343 418 7260. Lines close this Friday at 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. And a very good luck.
Win a trip to South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
OK, good luck to everyone there. And so our top story on Early Sports Breakfast this morning is Arsenal have reached their first major final for 6 years. Kai Havertz scoring the goal after 97 minutes to make it 4-2 on aggregate in their Carabao Cup semi-final with Chelsea. And I'm pleased to say that loyal listener Ibra, the Arsenal fan, is on the line. Good morning. Ibra, you must be happy this morning.
Oh, good morning, Katie. Over the moon. Great night last night. Awesome performance. But I'd just like to say about Eze, we've paid a lot of money, and I love him, but he needs to step up because few games that he's played with Odegaard on the bench or not in the squad, he hasn't risen to the occasion. And I'm just wondering why. Is it the management? Is it the way they're telling him how to play? Because every time he gets the ball, there's no forward thinking. It's always back pass, side pass, 2-yard touch. It's just, I don't know. I can't fathom it. But overall, a great night.
But then he did put in a couple of goals, didn't he? A hat-trick against Tottenham. So maybe it's the inconsistency and actually how other teams are maybe not giving him the space that he wants. Because in that Tottenham game, he had a lot of space, didn't he? He was arriving late into the box, and then he was able to actually use his talent there. But maybe, yeah, it's how they're playing him in that midfield.
Yeah, you know, when I saw him last season and the season before at Palace, he gets the ball and he'll just run. Do a 1-2 with somebody, run in that space, run with the ball, a bit like Morgan Rogers is doing. But he hasn't, I don't know, it's just hard to pinpoint what is going on there. There is something going on there, but I don't know. And what can I say about Gyökeres? I mean, how many more chances is this guy going to get? Again, he's an Arsenal player, I love him, but he needs to perform, he needs to start scoring goals. And he doesn't win duels. I think he won one duel and the defender didn't even go for it. He just jumped up in the air, from my knowledge. I mean, I watched the game, I was there, and then I came home and I wanted to watch Eze play. And it just showed that, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but what Semenya's doing at, for example, at Man City, straight away, I don't know. And then you got Jesus on the bench. He should have come on. I don't know why he didn't bring him on. But Kai, glad to have him back as well. He's just, we all know what he can do in multiple positions. And, you know, it was fitting that he scored the winning goal. Absolutely fitting.
Yeah. Yeah, good to get your thoughts there. Interesting about Eze, because I agree with Ibra there, because he did look a little bit lost and actually played out the park yesterday. Kind of just thought, oh, where's his spark gone? But, you know, there has been a lot of games recently. But as for Gyökeres, he's got 4 goals in his last 7, but he gets a lot of chances. And I think his first touch lets him down. Gyökeres with 11 goals so far this season. But Mikel Arteta has, you know, competition for that number 9 role in terms of, does he start with Gyökeres, Gabriel Jesus or Kai Havertz now that he is, you know, but they're both performing pretty well. So lots of competition for that number 9 spot. Man City against Newcastle is the game you have on talkSPORT tonight. Their Carabao Cup semi-final second leg. That is an 8 o'clock kickoff, and obviously they will face whoever wins that will face Arsenal in the final. Okay, so thanks so much for all your texts coming in this morning. This is from Kate. Good morning, lovely Katie. Nick from Kate in Chile Bolton, the United fan. Your quiz about sponsorship reminded me that in the 1970s, my dad's company, Tricentral Ford, sponsored Luton Town's shirts. It was the first sponsorship on a football shirt. I had my picture taken in said shirt with Jake Finley, the goalkeeper for the Press. I was 6 at the time. It was magical. Have a lovely day. Lots more texts coming in. This is hello, Winston from Derbyshire. My long journey back from Scotland in my lorry. Well, actually from Ireland. Oh my word, that's going to be a long trip. It's my favourite breakfast show it's my favourite breakfast from growing up. It's the Littlewoods Cup. Yeah, lots of people got Littlewoods, so well done for you this morning. And also another text here saying, hello, Katie, great show. I left Arsenal with my mate against Bournemouth when Reece Nelson scored the winner. I remember being at that game. And that was some finish. He goes on to say here, Jam, I was walking out and we heard the big roar. Managed to hear it as if we were just by the exit, but missed the goal. That's what I was worried about, leaving the stadium and then just hearing the roar. I was like, let's just get me on the train. That's from
Early Sports Breakfast, talkSPORT.
Okay, Nick Ellaby is back. Some fun with the front pages. Where are we starting?
This is an incredible story in the Daily Star. A mum who suffered a medical episode at the wheel has credited her Apple Watch with saving her life after it called the emergency services for her. Jenny Ashdown was driving last August, lost consciousness, blacked out. She's 36, always have to give the ages. Managed to steer her car onto the whole shoulder. The next thing, she says, I remember I was talking to 999 through my watch.
Wow.
Amazing, isn't it? What's your favourite gadget? Have you got one of those
I have.
silly watches?
Ta-da!
Does it tell you how you're sleeping?
Yeah, but you know what? I don't look at that because I don't want to look at how I'm sleeping.
That sounds more stressful to me.
I know. Well, that's the thing. If you go, because I have this thing where if you look at how much you're sleeping, it says you've had a bad night's sleep. I'll then think I'm tired.
Yeah.
So yes, I do have a Garmin. I try to do my 10,000 steps a day, and I do it while I'm doing workouts and stuff like that.
How many steps have you done today so far?
Oh, I don't know. Probably about 4,000.
Do you have a favourite gadget?
Probably my Garmin. Yeah, I actually do enjoy that.
Is that the watch?
That's the watch, yeah. What about you?
Other watches are available?
Other watches are, of course, available. What else have we got?
What else have we got? Well, danger of pizza boxes. Pizza boxes will be targeted by the government over the presence of potentially cancer-causing harmful forever chemicals. Ministers have pledged testing on packaging, such as takeaway pizza boxes, to better inform regulation. But I wanted to know, do you like pineapple on a pizza?
I love pineapple on a pizza. I wouldn't say it's my go-to pizza. My go-to pizza would be Parma ham, mozzarella, with rocket. Ooh. Yeah, so a little bit green.
What about artichokes?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I like artichokes.
Yeah, artichokes, but that would be my go-to.
I like a half and half, like a meaty one, and
Yeah.
then Hawaiian the other side. I'm a huge fan of pineapple on
Yeah,
pizza.
I don't get why people hate Hawaiian.
I think it's just one of those things people like to have a strong opinion about.
Yeah, I wouldn't like go and order it, but if it was there, as a buffet, I'd have a slice. Okay, time quickly for one more.
Well, okay. Dating app Grindr has announced plans to disable its location feature in the Winter Olympic Village due to safety concerns. This is quite serious because there are certain countries where athletes aren't out as gay, so they just want to kind of make sure people can't see that. I was just wondering if you've got any dating app stories.
So I've never been on a dating app because I've been with my husband for 12 years now. So
Well-
I never even entered that realm. But I live it through my friends who, it's like a game. Swipe left, swipe left, swipe left, swipe right. So yeah, I've never delved into all of that.
Oh, they call it option paralysis. It's like when you look at Netflix and you spend half an hour trying to decide what to watch because you've got too many options.
Oh, I don't. I'm very decisive. Bang.
Good on you.
Yeah. Do you take a half an hour to decide what you're going to watch?
Sometimes I'll go
You could have watched an episode in that time.
Exactly. And it's the same on
Nick,
the...
this needs to change. You're
same on
losing
the-
time.
Same on the dating apps as well.
Same on the dating app. I'm guessing that's not the same for you? You've been with your partner for a while
Oh,
now?
I've been with my partner for ages, yeah, but I've got some dating app experience I probably shouldn't reveal at this time.
Okay.
Got some good stories I'll tell you off air.
Okay, well, we'll leave that for afterwards. Okay, Nick, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
This is Early Sports Breakfast with me, Katie Shanahan. It is now 5:47, and up next, we're going to be looking ahead to tonight's Carabao Cup semi-final between Man City and Newcastle, which you can listen to on talkSPORT. Good morning.
Arsenal are currently top. And Tony, it'd be fair to say you haven't always been praising this Arsenal regime under Arteta. Are you now being converted to the fact that they're title-winning material?
Well, I love this squad, and I think
this one, not necessarily back 3 or 4 years ago, is my point.
I think the squad couldn't handle the injuries. We had Saliba about 3 years ago, and it really struggled when he got injured. And like with Saka again, in previous years, if they had stayed fit, they would have definitely won the league those years. I think Arteta's learned from it. And I think the way that he rotates today is incredible. He really does. And we saw yesterday with Saka, I said at the top of the show, he got injured and we was able to get the job done still. So that would never have happened a few years ago. So I think they've got the best squad in the league. And if he keeps them happy, he's been totally supported by his owner as well. Josh is, 100 million for Declan. All of a sudden, anyone I want, bang, you're on it. You know what I mean? He's been able to assemble a fantastic squad of players that potentially could go on and win the league for a couple of years now.
So when you look at it now, you talk about the strength and depth. Do you think there's anything else they actually need? It may be a bit short time now to do it in this transfer window, but to go...
morning, Katie Shanahan here with Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. We are building up to the breakfast show at 6 a.m. The boys will be here. Alan Brazil is back. You'll all be pleased to hear. He's going to be alongside Ali McCoist. And coming up today on the station, the other Carabao Cup semi-final second leg is coming up. You can listen to that at 8 o'clock. Man City against Newcastle. So who will play Arsenal in the final?
Newcastle and Man City can score, they can concede, they can entertain, and they care about the Carabao Cup. Don't take your ears off this one. Inside the penalty, Turkey fires it in. It's Newcastle 0, Manchester City 2.
It's not as bad as sometimes the noise on social media can make out. And yes, coming on the back of a 4-1 defeat at Liverpool.
To start winning games, we have to start having the mindset we can beat anybody, and I believe that it's in there. I do believe that we can.
Tottenham 2, Manchester City 2, and from 2-0 down, somehow Spurs back on level terms.
The way that they capitulate in the second half, they didn't look like champions.
Now we have a semi-final to reach a final next Wednesday and continue. This is what they have to do.
Yeah, it's a big game tonight, 8 o'clock kickoff. You can listen to it on talkSPORT. Man City have been in 5 of the last 6 Carabao Cup finals. They're 2-0 up from the first leg, but they were 2-0 up against Spurs at the weekend. And look what happened there. Since the first leg, the form has dipped. They've won 2, drawn 1 and lost 2. Max Lane and Nathan Ake to start alongside Kusanov, we think. So City can be got at because they've got a number of players out. City have Doku, Guardiola, Stone, Savino and Gay ineligible. So as for Newcastle, they've got Joe Linton, Livramento, Shah and Kraft all out, with Guimaraes and Miley expected to miss out as well. So a number of players missing out for this game. Newcastle, though, remember, are the defending champions. Their away form has been poor this season. 3 wins in 16 games across all competitions. Wow. And they did beat Man City 2-1 in November, but they haven't beat City twice in one season since 1984. So Pep Guardiola is keen to make another Wembley final. But as for Eddie Howe, he knows Newcastle are definitely facing an uphill task. So you can listen to the game, 8 o'clock kickoff, Man City against Newcastle. The Carabao Cup semi-final second leg is live on talkSPORT. Keep those texts coming in, 81089. Today we're asking you about what you've missed leaving early. Phil, the Liverpool fan, has said, Katie, don't you remember the 1987 Littlewoods Cup final? No, because I wasn't born. Arsenal beat Liverpool 2-1 to win their first League Cup title. Thank you, Phil, the Liverpool fan here. We've also had this one from Terry. Goes, more recently, after being fed up with the lacklustre first-half performance from Liverpool against Newcastle, I decided to go for a beer 5 minutes before the end of the first half. I heard one roar when I was paying for my beer. Oh, no, Terry. And then another when I was walking away from the bar. 2-1 Liverpool. Oh, that's like me missing Kai Havertz's goal last night when I was at the Emirates. Lots of text coming in here saying, thank you for entertaining me on my long drive back this morning. That's from Winston from Derbyshire. Darren said, loyal listener, good morning, Darren. He goes, Katie, I've never left a Spurs match, although sometimes I wish I did. And then we've got this text here also saying, Jeff doesn't like gravy, and now you two have broken the pineapple on pizza bomb. Don't know where I stand anymore. Thank God that Big Al is back. That's from Mark. Yes, Big Al will be here very shortly. And I can actually see Alan Brazil raring to go for his big talkSPORT breakfast show, and he's come back from 6 a.m. So just time to play this. Alan and I recently made Hawkesbury and Jacobs clips of the week with this exchange about my wedding and my leather trousers.
Staying with Alan, here he's chatting to early breakfast Katie Shanahan.
Katie joins us. Morning, Katie.
Hello. On camels.
I love them strides, by the way.
These?
Oh, yeah.
They're great.
Sure.
Thank you. Thanks very much. I had camels at my wedding.
What? Now, I'm not sure whether one of the boys fired off a camel sound effect or that was Alan's stomach. Can we hear it again? That's Alan's stomach, isn't it?
Alan's stomach.
That's definitely Alan's.
Why did she have camels at her wedding? It's quite strange.
I don't know. It's also... he liked her strides, he said. I mean, what? Does he cover... I can't see Alan wearing the same trousers as Katie Shanahan. I don't think they shop in the same shops, do they?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I get a lot of love for these leather trousers. And also the reason why I had camels at my wedding was because we got married at St Paul's on the Saturday, and then the Sunday we had a big festival in Canterbury. We had to figure out how we were going to arrive. And we could have done it in a car, but I was the one that was left to the devices on the site visit. And there's a camel farm 2 doors down. So they said you can arrive on camels if you like. Okay, coming up on talkSPORT Breakfast today. Joining Alan Brazil and Ali McCoist, we have the 2001 Ballon d'Or winner Michael Owen, the 2003 Rugby Union World Cup winners Martin Johnson and Jason Robinson will be on the show looking ahead to the Six Nations. Piers Morgan talks Arsenal, and the hypnotist Paul McKenna will check in with Alan about his weight loss. Alan Brazil is back on the Breakfast Show. Can't wait. You've been listening to Early Sports Breakfast with me, Katie Shanahan. Alan and Ali McCoist are on the way next. Have a great day.
Got to talk about Romero. He's done an Instagram post, and I'm going to read it out for people out there. And I think it's a bit of a dig at the ball, to be honest. It says, "Great effort from all my teammates yesterday. They were incredible. I wanted to be available to help them, even though I wasn't feeling well, especially since we only had 11 players available. Unbelievable, but true, and disgraceful. We'll keep showing up, taking responsibility to turn this around, working hard and staying together. All that's left is to thank all of you